Good morning, learners. Today I have another excerpt from one of the computer classes, that is Diploma 1 Computer Application. This was a paper done on March of 2019, so I've taken this excerpt so that we can be able to maybe revise so that you guys can pass your exams. Now, the first thing that we do whenever you get a paper and a practical paper, you must type your work exactly the way it appears on the paper. So I've done that. I've typed my work. So let us jump into the questions right away. So question one, enter the following data in sheet 1. So this is our sheet 1. Then next question, rename sheet 1 as term 1 results. Rename sheet 1 as term 1 result here. So to rename this sheet, you right click, go to rename. So let us call it term 1 results. Term 1 results. Like that. So we have named our sheet as term 1 result. The next question asks, find the totals. Find the totals. So our totals will come to this cell. So we're going to total cut 1, cut 2, and cut 3. So to total, we add. So to add, we use the sum function. So we start with equal sign, sum, open the bracket. So we are adding cut 1, cut 2, and cut 3. So you just click here, then you drag to the right. So it is from D2 to F2. D2 to F2. So close the bracket, press enter, like that. So then let us pull it down. Let us pull it down like that. So we have our our totals. Again, they're asking find the average. So average, the average value should be there. So we're finding the average for cut 1, cut 2, and cut 3. So we start with the equal sign, is equals to average, open the bracket, average, open the bracket, from cut 1 all through to cut 3. Then you close the bracket, you press enter, like that. Then you pull it down. There you go. You have your average there. Now, the next question asks, use the if function to award marks as follows. A student whose average is above or equal to 65 is given excellent. An average student of 55 or above is given average work. 3. An average less than 55 award work below average. Now I have typed this condition here. So anyone getting above, equal to, or above 65 is given excellent. Anyone getting 55 and above is given average work. Anyone below 55 is given work below average. Now let us calculate that. Now is equals to, so to get the remarks, we use the if function. Is equals to if, open the bracket. So whom are we checking? We're checking the average. So H2, if H2 is greater than or equal to, so this one 65, comma, what do we give? Quotes, excellent. Excellent, like that. End of quotes. comma, if, open the bracket, H2 is greater than or equal to 55, comma, quotes, we say average work. Average work. Average work. Okay, the last one, and then comma, the last one, else quotes, work below average. Work below average. Then you close the bracket. Then to close this one, you count the number of ifs. You have if 1, 2, so you have 2 ifs. You close twice, 1, 2, then you press enter. There you go. So then you tag here and then you pull it down. Then we have our remarks. Now the next question asks compute the class position. Compute the class position. So to compute the class position, we use which function? We use the rank function. So you start is equals to rank. So we use the average to get the position. So the average of minor John is here. So click. So average of minor John is at H2, comma, then who you are ranking John with the rest of the students. So you click from this point, you pull it down like that up to that point. Now to make it an absolute cell reference, you press F4. But if it does not function, you must, like my computer does not function the F4 key. If it does not function, just type it manually. So you put a $sign here. Okay, you come here, $sign, then $sign, then $sign, lastly $sign. So our cell address is going to be absolute. So you close the bracket, then you press enter like that. So minor John is at position 4, then you pull it down. There you go. So you have calculated your computed your class position. Now another question, on the last row enter formulas to count students from both classes. On the last row enter formulas to count students from both classes. So let me write it here. Let us call it number of students. The student number. Student, like that. That is okay. So the number of students, we want to know how many students we have. Now, to get the number of students, we want to get the number of students. Now, if you count the number of students, there from number 2 to 12, there are like 10 students. So we know that we can count it manually. But using a function to count the number of students, there's only one condition when you use a function, that function does not work with the text. For example, like minor, like E, so you cannot count using classes, we cannot count using admission. The function always uses values or numbers. So the count function usually uses number. So if you look at this, the only number that we can use is the admission numbers. So we use the count function For example, let us have the number of students to be here. So let us write the function is equals to count, open the bracket. So you're counting from this point to this point. When you close the bracket, you press enter, you get the students are 11 in total. So we've done that. Then another question asks, sort the student list by class position in ascending order. Sort the students list by class position in ascending order. Now, to sort the students, first of all, what you need to do, you have to select all the areas, all the areas that you have the data, select, so that we can sort it from this point to this point. Then you go to data, click data, then you go to sort. So you are being asked sort by what, so click here. So we are going to sort a student according to the class position from number 1 to the last person. So by class position, so values is okay, then from smallest to largest, or you can, yes, from smallest to largest. So say okay. Now we have sorted our student from number 1 to number 11.